Hey there. You know how everyone's always talking about algorithms being everywhere? Well, get ready to have your mind blown wide open because in this deep dive, we're going to explore how algorithms shape literally everything in our digital world. We're diving deep into this super fascinating article called The Essential Role of Algorithms in Programming, a Practical Perspective.
I love that article.
Right.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of intimidating, like, oh, algorithms, that's for the super techie people, but we're going to break it down and make it really interesting.
Yeah, the article does a great job at challenging this idea that algorithms are only for these super complex systems.
Right.
Or that only people who work at Google, are the ones who need to understand them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's easy to think algorithms, that's way above my pay grade, you know? But the article makes this really compelling case that even the simplest programming tasks that you can imagine actually rely on this thing called algorithmic thinking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
At its core, every single piece of code you encounter, no matter what it is basically an algorithm. It's just a set of instructions to solve a problem or to get something done. It's like a recipe, but for your computer.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So it's not just these complex things. Can you give us a concrete example? What's a real world example of an algorithm that our listener might actually click with?
Okay. Let's talk about those smooth scrolling testimonial carousels that you see on websites.
Oh, yeah.
Like the one we've got on algocademy.com.
Yeah.
Where the testimonials just glide across the screen.
Yes.
Seamlessly.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, there's this really clever little algorithm working really hard to make those transitions smooth and eye-catching.
It's funny how you just take those things for granted. It must just,
Right.
It just works. But no, that actually takes some serious coding.
For sure. And what's even more interesting is the article talks about how these algorithms are even more important when it comes to what's called back-end development.
Huh.
All the stuff that happens behind the scenes that the user never actually sees. But that's super crucial for the website to actually work.
Okay, so unpack that a little bit more for our listeners. What's going on behind the scenes? Give me an example.
Okay. Imagine you're searching for a very specific product.
Okay.
On this massive, gigantic online store.
Mm-hmm.
How does that website, sift through literally potentially millions of different items and then deliver you the results in milliseconds?
Yeah, how do they do that? It's magic.
Well, it's not magic. It's the power of algorithms.
Okay.
In this case, it's all about what's called database indexing. Think of it like having a super organized library, but every single book has its designated spot.
Okay.
And there's a detailed catalog system to find any book you could imagine instantly. And algorithms are what power that organization.
Wow.
And make it possible to retrieve information crazy fast. Without them, every online search would be terribly slow and super inefficient.
Oh my gosh, so that's how we get those instant search results when you type something in. Mind-blowing.
It's pretty amazing.
Our listener had no idea all this time. They've been benefiting from this algorithmic efficiency this whole time and just didn't even know it. But I'm guessing that that's just the tip of the iceberg, right?
Oh, absolutely. We're just getting started. You're telling me you'd be amazed how many algorithms you're using literally every single day without realizing it.
Oh, I bet you're going to say that Google is one giant algorithm, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Google search, that is the ultimate algorithm.
Oh, yeah.
It's this crazy complex web of instructions.
Right.
All perfectly orchestrated to deliver you the information you need in less than a second.
Okay, but how does that even work? I type in some words and boom, I have a million search results. It's magic.
It's not magic. It's the power of something called an inverted index.
Inverted index.
Basically. So imagine, instead of looking for a book by its title, you could instantly find all the books that contain a specific word.
Oh.
That's kind of what an inverted index does for Google.
Okay.
Allows it to search through, billions and billions of web pages.
Wow.
With lightning speed.
So it's having a super-powered index for the entire internet.
Exactly.
That is bonkers.
And that's not even the whole story. Have you noticed how Google can kind of read your mind?
Yes.
It's finishing your sentences, correcting your typos before you even realize you made them.
It's a little creepy. How does it do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also super helpful.
Right. Very helpful.
That's the magic of autocorrect and these other algorithms that can kind of anticipate what you need.
Right.
Like they're like looking over your shoulder.
So when I misspell algorithm, it's not just like correcting me. It's like analyzing tons of data to figure out what I actually meant to type.
Yes. And those algorithms, they're constantly learning from you,
Whoa.
from your behavior, and from millions of other users
Okay.
to become more and more accurate and give you a seamless experience.
Wow. This is really making me look at my search bar in like a whole new light.
For sure.
Like I had no idea all that stuff was going on. But Google search is not the only thing, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something else that we use every day. Google Maps.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Think about how much you rely on it to like beat traffic or find the fastest route.
Literally, it's my co-pilot these days. Every time I get in the car, I'm like, Google Maps, take me away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And behind that, like super user-friendly interface,
Yeah.
lies this whole constellation of algorithms that are working tirelessly to get you where you need to go. When you ask for the fastest route, that's a shortest path algorithm, crunching all this data on traffic conditions, road closures, speed limits on every single street.
Oh my goodness. So it's like having a personal traffic analyst, like on call 24/7, calculating all the possible routes for me.
Pretty much.
That is amazing.
What about those like points of interest that pop up?
Yeah.
Like restaurants,
Like the restaurant.
for gas stations,
Yeah.
parks.
That's another set of algorithms
Wow.
that are analyzing your location, your preferences,
Wow.
to figure out places you might like. I never even thought about that, but it makes so much sense. Like sometimes it feels like Google Maps has a sixth sense or something. Like it knows exactly like what I'm going to need. It's crazy. And you know what? Now that you mention it, it makes me think about all the other like little cool features
Right.
on our phones
Yeah.
that just feel so intuitive, like autocorrect
Hmm.
or swipe typing, right?
Yes,
Are those algorithms too?
they are.
Yeah.
Every time you glide your finger across your keyboard like that,
Yeah.
an algorithm is working hard in the background, predicting what words you're trying to spell based on the letters you're hitting,
Yep.
the context of your sentence.
Oh my goodness. So it's like having a mind reading keyboard.
It really is.
It's incredible. I remember back in the day when I first got a smartphone, trying to type on this tiny little touchscreen was like,
Right.
oh, it was a nightmare. And now it's just like, it's so easy. These algorithms have made our lives so much easier.
And it's not just Google products. Right?
Oh, that's true.
Think about those personalized recommendations that you get
Oh, yeah, like on Amazon.
on Amazon, Spotify, YouTube.
Spotify, all of them. They're always so spot on. It's
Wow.
kind of creepy. It's like they know me better than I know myself.
It's true.
How do they do that?
It's recommendation algorithms.
Okay.
Super sophisticated.
Yeah.
They're constantly looking at what you've liked in the past, what you watched, what you purchased,
Right.
and then they build this like unique profile.
So it's like having a personal shopper or like a DJ who just knows what I want to hear.
It's like magic, but it's not.
It's algorithm.
It's algorithms.
Okay, that is amazing. So we've talked about a lot of really cool stuff today, but like, why does this all matter?
Right.
Why should our listener care about all these algorithms that are like working behind the scenes in our digital world?
Well, I think it's important to remember that these algorithms, as powerful as they are, as amazing and helpful as they are, they're not perfect.
Right.
And you know, they're created by humans.
Oh yeah, that's
And humans. We make mistakes.
We're flawed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so our biases, they can actually creep into the algorithms that we create.
Wow. Okay.
And that can have consequences.
So just because like an algorithm suggests something
Right.
doesn't mean it's like the best suggestion or the most accurate.
Exactly.
Okay.
We have to be careful, and we have to approach algorithms with a critical eye.
That's such a good point. So it's all about being like an informed and aware user of technology.
Exactly. Understand the power,
Yeah.
understand the limitations, and then you can use that knowledge to make your own decisions.
So well said. A huge thank you to our expert today. This has been so fascinating.
Happy to be here.
Really appreciate you taking the time to break down this really complex topic for us. And to our listeners, we hope this deep dive has empowered you to like navigate the digital landscape a little more, with a little more knowledge and a lot more awareness.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep those questions coming and we will catch you on our next deep dive.